Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. And we are having a phenomenal time here today in studio. Having a great time talking about the stock market, different opportunities, and how to create plans in your investment strategies or your trading strategies and removing emotions from those decisions. We have two types of emotions in the markets. We have fear and we have greed. Well, eliminate that with a plan, step by step, and then all you have to do is follow that plan. Very similar to a GPS. If your GPS says to turn left, you turn left. It says to turn right, you turn right. Same thing in the financial markets. If your strategy says to buy here or sell here, follow that. Kind of be a robot in the markets, and that's how you make those decisions within removing those emotions. If you did miss seats for this investing class that we do at our local academies here, you can text the word investing to the number 210-210, and that's for 2 seats for investing class local here. And that's one of the great things when we talk with a lot of people is they say, wow, I didn't know there was actually a physical place to go learn how to trade. That's what we have at Online Trading Academy. Actually, about 30, between 30 and 40 locations. They keep popping up. I can't even keep track anymore. All across the world, most major city in the U.S., and right next to you where you're listening to this show here today. Each and every week we have this show, and it's about an hour long. We have an hour to talk about how the markets work. In these classes, they're about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, depending on questions, helping people make smart investing decisions. So text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats for this class. So I want to get into more about these retirement strategies and strategies as the market is going down, because a lot of people you look at people's 401ks right now, and they're not looking too hot on the year, Al. It was January 1st, or actually December 31st, or whatever the last day of the year 2021. That was the high of the market, and it just dropped from there. And people are feeling a little bit of heat in their retirement accounts, whether they have a 401k or an IRA, especially if they're managed, because they're being told, keep it for the long haul. Hold on to it. And if you're probably listening right now, you're probably saying these same terms that you've been hearing for years. Keep it for the long haul. Markets always come back over time. Don't get out now because then you'll concrete your losses in. It's designed to have you in the market at all times, because if you're not in the market, whoever's holding your portfolio is not making money, because it's called assets under management and they're collecting fees. And that's one of the things people are conditioned to do, is if the market's going down, to lose money. Well, why in the heck is that okay? I don't think that's okay. You guys are better than that listening to the show here. Don't let your money just disappear to the market, and it's going somewhere. It's going into the accounts that people that know what they're doing. There are strategies to protect that and grow that in downturns. Al, I want you to talk about that in retirement accounts.
Yeah, well, you talked about what happens when the market's going down and why people are okay with that. Well, they're taught to be okay with it because they're told not to worry because the market will come back, and it does come back. But the problem is, and this is not what you're told, is that that's wasted time. There might be a period of time of 5 to 10 to 20 years before you recoup what you just lost. So the market does go down and does go up. I mentioned in that last segment, either that last segment or the first segment, that the two mistakes that people make is, number one, they don't know when to buy a stock and they don't know when to sell a stock or an asset. But if you go into an advisor or a broker, they're going to tell you, no, just get into the market. It's time in the market. That's what's important. So you have to be in the market when the market's going up, because you're also in the market when it's going down. So they kind of even each other out, and over time, that involvement in a down market, in a bear market, or a correction is going to significantly impact the returns that you could have. So people are just caught by surprise this year. Over the last 10 years, up until 2022, if you look at that typical 60-40 split, 60% stocks, 40% bonds, that returned about 8.4%. So people are expecting, or we're expecting, that to continue this year. And all of a sudden this year happened and that didn't happen. Most people are down anywhere between maybe 15 to 30% in their accounts. And it's going to take some time for that to rebound. A lot of people think, well, it'll probably come back quickly, just like it did, in March after the COVID issue hit. Well, you can't count on that because things are different now going forward. By different, I mean they're actually getting back to a more normal condition. The market typically does not rebound as quickly as it did back in March, and we went through a long period of time, the longest bull market that we've ever had. That can't be repeated, back to back. So we're going to have some fluctuation. We're going to have, I'm going to call it a violently flat market. We may see over the next few years, it could be even 5 years, where the market's going to be, or could very well be, basically flat, but with a lot of violent moves within that each of those years. And by that, I mean that's volatility. Volatility is going to move the market up and down. Those are opportunities for us to take advantage of, but you have to learn how to do that. Josh mentioned that we have physical facilities where you can come in. And the great thing about that is not only do we have a physical facility, we have live people in those facilities that are there to help you, to guide you, to coach you. And one of the big things that we say is really important for us to be able to help a student is for that student to be coachable. And I just want to read a quote to you from Michael Jordan. I think you all know who Michael Jordan is, very successful. He was asked once what he thought his best skill was. And this is his answer, quote, "I was coachable, I was a sponge and aggressive to learn," unquote. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that want to learn, and then we provide the knowledge that they're looking for. We have people that are student support specialists that are available to work with our students one-on-one, helping you if you have any kind of issues, maybe just helping you accelerate things. But that's the important thing, to do this in a way that is really smart. First of all, you don't have to be a genius to do this. You just have to be smart enough to follow the people that are successful, and then also be willing to listen to and learn from people that have gone through this before and have proven their success. That's how you really use your time, to your benefit. So what's going on in these markets now? People are now realizing that the market doesn't just go up; it does go down. Did everybody lose money in this year, in the year 2022, when the market corrected or actually went into a bear market? No, a lot of people actually had one of the best years that they've ever had. If that's the case, they obviously are doing something different than the people that lost money or are down for this year. And the truth is that all those things that those people that are successful are doing, you can do. It's just that you probably haven't been exposed to them. You haven't been taught. That's what we do. We show you not only what assets to use to kind of take care of that time issue, the assets that are available 24 hours a day, but also how to benefit if the market's going down. What if it's just flat? If it's just basically gone to sleep for a while? There are assets you can use to pull premium or pull cash out of the market. So there's never going to be a situation or a time when there isn't something that can benefit you if you know how to use them.
Yeah, that's the key. Just kind of going back to what you were talking about, the buy and hold strategy, which is what everybody says they need to do. And just for our YouTube listeners that are watching right now, by the way, if you're listening to the show, it's also on YouTube, Investing and Trading Live, with Josh Lilquist and Al Connickson. But if you look at from 2000 to now, the market's up about 160%. Now, if you have, let's just say you have $100,000. And we have 22 years, actually 23 years. So you take 160 divided by 22 equals a 7%, or so 160 divided by 23. Divided by 23, about a 6.9%. So let's just say 7% rate of return. If you have $100,000, that will give you $7,000. Whoop-de-doo. Is that going to get you to retire or stay retired, right? Can you live off $7,000 per year? I would say probably not. That's almost what, maybe, depending on what type of home you have, maybe to 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 months of a home payment, right? And home prices are so expensive now, and you can't really get a mortgage for a low interest rate. So home prices keep going up. So that's the challenge, is you have such terrible returns over time by buying and holding. That's why you need a strategy. As these markets have been going down this year, the market's been going down. It's been a phenomenal market for people that know how to short the market. If you look at the S&P 500, down about 20%. So if you lost $20,000 this year, that just lowered your rate of return. Learn these skills and techniques now. We have investing classes to guide you through that. Al was talking about Michael Jordan, one of the, well, arguably the best basketball player of all time, and he was coachable. He was willing to learn. He had a mentor. He had Phil Jackson. He had Dean Smith with North Carolina, teaching him the game of basketball. That's what Online Trading Academy has. Al was mentioning support, student support specialists to guide you through your investments if you need help as far as the strategy and the steps. That's what it's for. Come and see what that's all about. We have these free investing classes to introduce you to these concepts. Text the word investing to the number 210 right now for 2 seats. That's text the word investing to the number 210 right now for 2 seats and a quick start kit to help you get started right away. Al, we got one more segment to go, and it's going to be a good time. We have a lot more to talk about. Stay tuned. We're going to get into more retirement strategies and income strategies for our listeners. We'll be right back.